Let me tell you about the most twisted marriage revenge I've ever heard of. This woman, let's call her Arya, has been married for 3 years to Adrian, but here's the thing. He's never even touched her. Not once. She's basically a replacement for her sister who ran away from their engagement. Cold, right? So Arya decides she's had enough. She puts on this lace nightgown, creates fake kiss marks all over her neck and collarbone. I'm talking full commitment here. She even tears the strap to make it look realistic. Then she takes a photo of herself from his perspective, like someone just took advantage of her while she was sleeping. But wait, it gets crazier. She sends Adrian an anonymous text saying, "Dude, she smells amazing, why don't you divorce her and let me have her?" She's literally trying to make her own husband think she's cheating so he'll finally divorce her and set her free. Arya thinks Adrian will be disgusted and throw her away like trash. She's counting on his pride being hurt, you know how men are about their reputation. She figures he'll serve those divorce papers faster than you can blink. But Adrian's response is not what anyone expected. Instead of exploding with rage, he immediately flies back from his business trip. We're talking about a man who's known as a cold, calculating businessman, and he just drops everything to rush home. When he confronts Arya, she's covered the fake kiss marks with band-aids, wearing a high-neck dress, playing the guilty wife perfectly. She's literally shaking, waiting for him to tear her apart and demand divorce. But Adrian doesn't do that. Instead, he gets close to her, his fingers hovering over the band-aid on her neck. His breathing gets heavy, his whole body tense with barely controlled anger. But then something weird happens. When Arya begs him not to touch her, looking terrified, he actually backs off. Here's where it gets really twisted. Adrian assigns her bodyguards, supposedly for protection but really it's surveillance. The man who never cared about her before is now watching her every move. And when she sends another anonymous message describing intimate details about her body that only a lover would know, Adrian doesn't get angry. He gets obsessive. The anonymous texter mentions 3 moles on her body, how touching them makes her tremble. Adrian should be furious that some stranger knows his wife's body better than he does. But instead, he becomes like a man possessed. That night, Adrian lies down next to Arya while she pretends to sleep. When she calls out honey in her fake dream, hugging him close like she's thinking of her lover, any normal husband would lose it completely. But Adrian, he whispers back, honey's hugging you. He's literally stealing the affection meant for another man. Then he does something that proves he's completely lost his mind. He traces those moles on her body, the ones the anonymous lover described. And guess what? Arya's body reacts exactly like the message said it would. She starts trembling uncontrollably, completely giving herself away. But Adrian doesn't call her out. Instead, he holds her tighter, whispering, "You are mine, I am yours." This man has completely abandoned logic and reason. He's turned into something primal possessive, refusing to accept reality. The most chilling part is when Arya realizes what's happening. Adrian knows she's trying to manipulate him, knows about the fake cheating, but he's choosing delusion over truth. He'd rather live in a fantasy where she belongs to him than face the reality that she wants to escape. In her dreams, Arya remembers 3 years ago when she begged Adrian to let her go. He told her she owed him, that since her sister ran away and ruined the engagement, Arya had to pay him back for life. She's been his prisoner ever since, a replacement for the woman he really loved. But now something has shifted. Adrian's obsession isn't about her sister anymore. It's about Arya herself. He's claiming her as his own, not as a substitute but as herself. The question is, what happens when obsession becomes something deeper? What happens when the replacement becomes the real thing? This story shows how far someone will go when they're desperate for freedom, and how far someone else will go to keep them trapped. But whose trap is more dangerous, the one Arya set, or the one Adrian's building around both of them?